Understand with us, of course, John will be precise that is with us, and we continue.
Yes, my brother. So where are we going to go now, family? I think we would have we'll cross over that threshold, if you want to call it, and we're now going to enter into our personal economy, not necessarily as Antigua alone, you know, but us as a people individually. This is not just about Antigua at the moment. This is about us raising our standard. And it was important for me to highlight our situation historically, even if it was just in a few minutes. In Africa, you know, we can look at the country of the Congo. The Congo is considered one of the richest, if not the richest spot of real estate on the planet, with all the minerals, the same abundance talk. But Congo is one of the poorest places on the planet. You know what I mean? I was watching a documentary with one of my favorite villains the other day. Because that's another thing, you know, not because, what's his name there? Mobutu. Sese Soke, or Joseph Mobutu Sese Soke of, he has a long name there, boy, of the Congo. Zaire, you know, and it may sound funny for me to say one of my favorite villains. I mean, you know, you watch a movie, and, you know, there are villains you like. Some people like the Joker. Some people like, you know, some people, yeah, villain. I'm looking at it from different angles, you know. Of course, obviously, I'm very serious and passionate about my Afrocentricity, our history, and our people. So I'm not skinning teeth with Mr. Mobutu at all. Maybe from an entertainment level, I would just sit back and, you know, it's just like, okay, so I'm going to bring in Idi Amin again.
Yeah, and
Idi Amin is a man that
he wants us to do a program on Idi Amin.
Idi Amin, you know, Idi Amin. You are wow, I would love that. Yeah, that sounds. Yes, my brother. Anyway, let me continue. You know, I think I should just move on.
Yeah,
and keep this flowing the way that I want it to flow. This is great. And just to say again, the Congo, I'll just go into the Congo. I wouldn't even bring in Mobutu at the moment. But the reality is the Congo, like many other parts of Africa, minerally rich and economically poor.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Mineral an abundance.
Abundance. And then
the people cannot.
And just not prospering. From what? Now, I'm saying that the slave trade, you see, when you start to talk about slavery, the voices come up. Africans sold Africans into slavery, and Africans had slaves. I'm so glad you brought that up today. Let's look at that quickly. Do you know when Africans had slaves? Imagine that. Number one, semantics. If what we went through in the Atlantic exchange, that trade thing there, if that was slavery, if that stuff that we went through, the kidnapping, the torture, some of us jumping over the ships, the marine biologists telling us that the sharks literally changed the whole pattern.
Following the ships.
Following the ships to get blood to eat.
Something is going to happen.
I like that. Something is going to happen.
They anticipate that.
I love that. And we end up on plantation and all of that Jim Crow and sharecropping. If that is slavery, then what occurred in Africa that we like to compare with that, you can't call that slavery. You have to give that another name. Nobody was lynched there. As bad as it was, no one even tried to jump over and kill themselves. Maybe somebody tried to get away because, listen, me no care how nice them treat me, me want to go back home to food mother. You know? Right. Because you were treated nice, you know. When we caught you in war, maybe we give you a few lashes, you blah, blah, blah. Sit down there, we're coming back for you. You hungry? Yeah, I'm going to bring you some food. That's how we treat each other. I catch you in war, now you really, me and you on the same team. We catch the other tribe in war.
They're fighting.
Yeah, maybe a person, and I say nobody can kill no one or whatever, you know. But the structure of the society was you bring the prisoner of war and you feed him. You even heal his wounds. And if he is obedient, he can even join the society. What did you? And you're going to call that slavery and compare that to this barbaric, terrible, take away the name, take away the religion kind of stuff that would have happened to us? I'm saying that that experience we went through, including emancipation is a part of the plot. Because emancipation wasn't Jim telling Bill, hey, listen, man, I can't believe that's what we do them people here, you know. No, that's not how we go at all. Bill told Jim, hey, we're losing money, you know. See, back to economics again. Well, we got to let go these people here and send them back to Africa. Lincoln said that, send them back away. You're crazy? No, man, let me show you how we could use them. That's what it is. And that's what is taking place even up to today. The educational system was designed by the Rothschild family. That is well-known history. And it was designed so that the new working class could understand that they're in an industrial age. The majority of the people on the planet are pawns.
And just a full correction, the educational system was designed by the Rockefeller, and just a slip of the tongue and such.
Maybe by the age of 12, you're ready to go. Hey, we're losing money, you know. See, back to economics again. Well, we got to let go these people here and send them back to Africa. Lincoln said that, send them back away. You're crazy? No, man, let me show you how we could use them. That's what it is. And that's what is taking place even up to today. The educational system was designed by the Rothschild family. That is well-known history. And it was designed so that the new working class could understand that they're in an industrial age. The majority of the people on the planet are pawns. That's really what the system is designed to engineering you to be a pawn maybe by the age of 12. You're ready to go. Yeah, that's just the truth. So now, in Europe now, see, we have to put this in a time frame. In Europe now, between the 17 and 1800s, you have the rise of not the Rockefellers. You have the rise of the Red Shield family, the Rothschild family. Mayer Rothschild. He's a Jewish businessman, and whatever he did and his Jewish contacts, Rothschild had, I think it's 5 sons, and he managed to open the bank. He sent them to the 5 key states of Europe, countries in Europe, and he opened the Bank of Italy. He opened the Bank of London, obviously, the bank in Germany where he was, the bank in Austria, did I say France?
No.
And the Bank of France. So these are the 5 banks which merged into what we call this World Bank today. And that is why the Red Shield or the Rothschild, their names are so well pronounced when it comes to the economy. Now, whether we like it or not, war seems to be a necessary thing for the economy. These people that came to this conclusion, I don't know how they strategize this, but they believe that, hey, it's better people kill off people, you know, so we can stay rich. Imagine that. That's the best that they could have come up with. If they did give it at least 2 more weeks on the drawing board, they could have come up with a better solution than killing people. Now, many people listening to me may not understand even what I'm saying here. But the reality is, my family, that when you see World War I and World War II and the Cold War and these wars, they have a small niche of people that are getting filthy rich as long as these wars prolong.
Yeah, it's a money maker for them.
Money maker. So that's why Martin Luther King, you know, we need to, you know, and I love Martin Luther King. Eh? I respect him. The more I grow and I understand him, I say, okay, I may not agree, but I understand. I understand. So when Brother Martin Luther King was saying, you know, we need to get together and he have a dream, and Kennedy was saying, I'll help your brother, and Lyndon Johnson was saying, yeah, man, we're going to sign the bill. The moment Martin Luther King say, Vietnam, huh? What?
No, you can't touch that.
Yo, just call that. Look. Warning him, you know.
You can't touch that.
You can't touch that.
No.
And the most.
That's our money maker.
That's our money maker.
Yeah.
I mean, and they will tell him that, you know, my brother, you live in the greatest state, country in the world. They will tell you that. They will bring you and say, hey, you better check yourself, because you have more rights than the people them back in Uganda or wherever. And so you better hush your mouth and go home and watch television. They ain't got no television over there to watch. They will tell you that. So they took out Martin Luther King because he was standing up against the war. Even John F. Kennedy, you know. The United States money, even the money they have today, is not really backed by anything, you know, like silver or gold like before. I can't remember I had all of this in my mind. I could give you the exact number of the resolution that Kennedy wanted to pass. I had that, I think it's 411, you know. But there's a resolution, please don't quote me on that Kennedy passed, where he wanted to return the value, the silver value, back to the dollar. It was a little after that they killed him. Because you see, this thing about the economy going up and down, when you hear about the Great Depression, enough people getting rich. COVID, you know, enough people get rich. When people losing their job, but it depends on which angle you are living in or which part of the ladder that you are on. So, as you can see, it is getting deep. And the reality is, in the midst of all of what I'm saying here, it's a lot for you to take in, and this is something that you would have to take time to really look into to understand where we are as a people in this economy. But I want to shift gears right now, or else we will be on the historical and psychological level forever. I want to go into the personal level right now, my good brother Dave.
Let's take a commercial break now.
Perfect.
And then for staying with us, and of course, we say thanks to the Honorable Priest Isaac. You know, Priest, there's so many things that we miss in our lifetime. And when you look at today's world and the education is pouring out, you wonder, are we taking it in?
Like what we are giving here today?
Because it seems like, you know...
A lot of people are listening.
Yeah, I know that,
okay.
but...
Or hearing, maybe hearing.
Well, the fact is, you know, listening and understanding is two different things.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do hope that along the way, many people will understand where we are and why we are suffering in this world today. We move on.
Yes, my brother. Well, again, I hope they understand, or as we say, comprehend, understand, overstand, whichever stand, take a stand with what was said before, because it's going to lead us now into where we're going. We're going to talk about our mindset. We're going to talk about being motivated, staying motivated, and how that can affect your economy. Now, as you know, my good brother, even at the Institute, we have motivational workshop. In fact, today's the 28th. Yes, I have a workshop tomorrow. It's a free motivational business workshop. We do these workshops from time to time, but tomorrow, the one tomorrow is one of those free ones. You could register for it, you know, family. Anyone could register. Just contact us at the Institute. You could call us. You could email us, priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. And the workshop is designed for anyone. I mean, everyone wants to be motivated. It's designed for entrepreneurs. If you have a business partner, get your business partner and join us. It's actually going to be during the working hours too, between 9 and 11, and we purposely do it like that so your mind would be set for the work environment. I will explain a bit more depending on the time we have. But the reason why I'm highlighting that, because the mindset is so important. All of what I explained before, that is supposed to make you understand that, well, something is wrong here. You know, that's why I went into the educational system. The point is, family, there is a well-orchestrated system that has been designed, again, to keep you impoverished, make you think that you're in the middle class and all of that stuff, which is just another level of being poor. Yes, I don't care. I know everybody say, oh, you're talking about I make $100,000 a year. You see, this is the show. Is the mind not ready yet? You know, we totally gone. I'm talking, you are in a capitalistic system now. This is not the socialist environment that I was just discussing, you see. So that is why when you hear them fight on communism, no, I'm not a communist. Communism is not what we are. Communism is not African. The social structure, communism is a form of socialism, if you understand, but it has its own twist to it, you know. But the social structure, I don't like ism, the social structure of a country that is a social society, as Burning Spear would say, is a country where everyone is treated equally on all levels. Yes. So that is why there was this hatred towards quote unquote communism as such. I'm not with the Lenin stuff. Please, just don't have me nowhere close to that. Because in fact, I despise that straight up, and I have my own reasons. But I am saying, I'm not running behind who come and copy us. We are the first people to practice the understanding that we share this across the board equally. And even if it's not quote unquote equally, even if our kings were the ones in the palace, nobody in the little hut was starving. They understood that it's the king's domain to be in the palace, and the prime minister and the president domain to be in that house over there. And they move in this chariot and they get the first place at this seat, whatever, because that is their responsibility. But the society in general is not left where there is a section that is totally impoverished and all of that kind of stuff. I'm saying, and I'm going to be clear again, I'm not saying that the whole history of Africa is this pristine thing. I'm showing you that there's a general concept, a general philosophy of Ma'at, which is balance and justice, that we lived by. Whether we made a mistake here or there, but we had a general concept that kept us going throughout history, why we are up to today, the shining light of history, the African people. Now, again, when they came and met us, nobody was poor. I'm going to repeat that. So now that we come out of slavery, up to now, that's all we talk about, you know, that's what we call on this radio and so far now. Hey, anybody hear about the pay yet? Anybody get paid? Me go bank like a while. And you see, look where we reach. Oh, man. Social Security, and that's another thing, you know. Do you know $100 in 1950 is $9 today? I don't even have to explain that. So when we save in now, that's the trick with saving money too. I ain't telling nobody, I mean, not to
save.
Right, but that's a technique. Saving is, you need a class on saving. This thing about, hey, you done work and just put that in the bank and no.
You have to use your money to multiply for you.
Exactly, because the 1.5% that you're
not going to take you any place. Because they're getting more than that on your money.
Yeah, man, they just build a casino with that.
Okay.
And make back your money 5 times. Jimmy not coming for your money? yeah, they thought, oh my. But if they would just teach you, that's how we supposed to live. When you bring the $1,000 to me, I supposed to say, Jim, we can make 3,000 out of that in 3 weeks, you know.
Ken Warner always talk about those things.
But that's why I had to big up Ken from my start. You know, it's his realms are gone into now. You know what I mean? Thanks a lot, brother Ewart and Alistair. We gone into Ken realms now. You understand? So instead of me tell the brother, look, hey, listen, we can invest that, man. I build in a hotel, you know, man. Yeah, man. And we don't have this and that and the third. If you give me that $1,000 there in 6 months, I can give you back 5. Sounds good. But it's up to you if you want to put it in the bank. At the end of the year, you can get back $1,000, I think, and $10 or something. You get extra $10 on it or something. You see? So, and here, you know, you're saving 30 years. Remember I said in 1950, it's not 50, 1958, $100 is $9 today. So obviously,
the word of it, it depreciates.
Exactly. So
and they say money don't depreciate, and that's a lie.
Exactly. Well, I think they're trying to say it's the goods and the services, and they try to balance it out. Everything is supposed to rise equally.
Yeah.
Or else it's going to definitely.
So if it was that price in 1958, why is it $9 today?
Exactly.
The thing was not balanced.
Exactly. Or what it's worth today. Right. Exactly. So that is why now the mindset, my family, is very important. I am sure, at least on some level, most people want to earn more money. Yeah. I'm going to carry it to that low level now. Most people want extra. How you get more money? You can get a raise, or you can work harder, or you can get 2 jobs. All right. You see, you're going into some shaky territory there. Let me repeat this. The mind. That to me, you got to start with the mind. Number one, the fact that you understand the history I just gave you. This may sound strange to some, but if you are really serious about wealth creation, you have to start to look at your purpose. I'm going to tell you why. Let me even jump ahead a few steps. You see, if we don't set massive goals, you're supposed to set a goal. You're supposed to have a goal in vision, a goal and targets, because targets lead you to your ultimate goal.
Incrementally, you get there.
Exactly. So your targets must be big. Your goals must be big. We are so afraid and ashamed. You see, like I saying that, people are afraid now, you know. That conversation is frightening people. Like, think big. No, careful, priest. Almost run off the road. Because we've been taught to think small. Oh, that's all right. That's enough. You don't need too much. Yeah. See, that's how we think. I mean, money never make nobody happy. Yeah? Stop lying. You know that ain't true. And imagine they fool us with that. Hear this one. Money don't grow on trees. And now ganja is the biggest.
And it's on tree.
Yeah. So,
but those things were there when the earth was created.
Yeah, of course, you know that's
everything was flourishing and bountiful.
That was a part of the economy.
Yes.
Yes, the economy has always been there. Not money, the economy. So we need to think of the economy. Rich, real, wealthy people don't think of money, you know. That's why wealthy people don't even hold money. Wealthy people don't want to make a next 10 million this year. No, man, they're thinking of something else. They want to reinvest. They're thinking of a next level altogether.
Something grand.
We now ask us how much we make a year, unless you're collecting a paycheck. Most of us that hustle, we don't even know exactly how much we cash in every year, because we don't take time to, go through the process to make sure that we are disciplined to understand what we're doing. So I'm saying the goals. Let me get back to the goals now, family. It's important to set big goals. Look, if I have a target I want to hit, say I'm an archer and I'm going to try to hit the bull's eye. I don't know why they want to hit the bull's eye, but you're going to hit the bull's eye. Now, if the bull's eye, the further away the target is, the bull's eye, is the higher you have to aim from the target. I mean, if the bullseye was right in front of me on the table, man, I could just stick in there, and just, screw it in like a screwdriver thing there. But if the target was 100 feet, I have to, okay, that's a good distance away. Let me aim it a little higher, because when I let go the arrow, gravity is going to hold the arrow and pull it down, and then it would hit the target. If it was 300 feet away, I may have to carry the arrow a little higher, and I might have to pull a little more, give a little more, torque or whatever you call it, potential energy into it, and let it go, boom, and then that may hit the target. But if I'm going to aim at the target, what's your target? $10,000. Okay, you gone out with $10,000 in your head. You might end up with 2. Because it's the mind frame, it's the mindset. Remember, we're the people, again, what do you used to say? All sorts of things that tell about money. Money is the root of all evil, all of these different things. But I'm showing you the economy. And there's a reason why we were taught these things, because we're not supposed to set our mind on growth. All right. Remember, again, money is not my thing. Remember, Rasta does bad money. And I come to understand, because it's not money I'm talking about. I'm talking about the economy. It's my economy I'm talking about, Yes, money seems to be the thing that you use to organize the economy, so I'm all into that too. But the main thing is the economy. Is your mind have to be in order here, So, have big goals. So you have to be able to, my family, to set, again, daily targets. And what you need to do as well, you need to reinstate in your mind daily what you want to accomplish. So whatever it is you want to accomplish, listen, by the end of 6 months, I want to raise $50,000. Well, you need to write that every single day. Yeah, in 6 months, well, it can't be 6 months every day. But you give
it decreases.
Yeah, you got to give a time, and yeah, I'm going to have 6,000 by such and such. Well, it's maths again. You have to do the maths again. So if you know you want a certain amount at a certain time, okay, this amount at the end of the year. Well, if I need this amount at the end of the year, how much do I have to get every month? Then you break that down again, all right? How much is that every week? Then you break it down again. So what would I have to do to make sure I get that every day? And then you break it down again. Now, remember, I'm not speaking as if everyone is in the same business. Some people are in no business. Some people are laborers. Some people are employed somewhere. Some people are doing their own little hustling. Some people are a manager, maybe. Some people own their own business. Some people are self-employed. They have all different levels of people that are even listening to this conversation. But the mindset can help everyone. Because when you have the right mindset, you see yourself unstoppable. If you have a product, right? You have a product, a service that you feel is the best product. Anybody out there that have a good product, and I don't know you and your product, you flop. You check. The person that promotes himself, or herself, that is sure of himself or herself, and make sure they get on Dave Lester Payne, and make sure they put ads on Observer Radio, and make sure they put banners on the street, and make sure people have on T-shirt with their picture on it and their products, they are promoting themselves. Promotion is a must. If nobody know you, nobody can buy from you. So you could have the best what you call it, fever grass soap. You make the best honeys. Your bees does sing at the full moon. But if no one knows this, the fella that gonna be mixing syrup with water and tell people honey will sell more than you.
Okay, he's telling them he's selling honey.
Yeah, man, and he out there. I say, look me, because he's promoting himself, he's marketed himself, he's making himself known. We live in a society, my good brother, where Marcus Messiah Garvey, in the time when he gathered millions of people, did it with a little megaphone when he had to go and stand up on soapboxes over in New York City, in Harlem. And with the Negro World newspaper that went all over the world, on ships and boats, etc. We live in a time today where I can type a letter, email, that can go to 1,000 people in 5 minutes. You understand? We have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have LinkedIn. You understand? I might be a slight bit rusty in my, I would say, structure, but usually I post a TikTok video every day. I post an Instagram video every day. I post at least 2 YouTube videos every single day. Also, we have Medium posts that go, that's like an article site. Plus, of course, I do other programs that I send out, my radio program on my own radio station. But the point is, I try my best to always be in the face of people. So you're supposed to see me every day. I'm supposed to pop up. You understand? You listen to Observer Radio, hear my name called at least 10 times a day. And I'm not here. Even if the ad just say, PriestIsaacInstitute.com. That's promotion. My name is known. You understand what I'm saying, my brother? It's serious. So it's a mind frame. You know, it's not PhD talking here, you know, and it's not degrees. If you want to say, it's grammar school talking. You see? So that's to show you the mentality that we need to gather as a people is something that we have to go deep within us to get. They're not teaching this in school. Imagine a child learning what I'm saying in school, understanding like, hey, listen, man, you understand? This is not the capitalistic mentality. It is the mindset of someone that wants to thrive. And that is why I began by showing the nation where we are coming from as a people, where we understood abundance. We lived in abundance. Our life is supposed to be abundant. It is just sad that we live in a capitalistic society now where we have to be strategizing. We have to be sharp. We have to know how to invest. We have to know how to spend and how to save and all of this thing so that we can stay above the water. That's where we are. So that's why if a person loses their job, it's like the world has come to an end. You understand? That is why people and governments have a hold on the society because their job from paycheck to paycheck. Most people live from paycheck to paycheck. Even quote unquote millionaires live from paycheck to paycheck. And the structure and the system understands that. And this is another thing too. I don't want people to get lost in this middle class stuff. Yeah, man, the middle class. You see, I believe in generational wealth. $4 million is not generational wealth. Everyone should be thinking of generational wealth. Anybody that has a child, if you have a child, your job is generational wealth, not to get rich. I know plenty of people listening to me say, but wait, since when? Yeah, it's real. That is how we as a people supposed to be thinking. So if we really want to build an economical powerhouse, nobody's supposed to be poor in an economical powerhouse. Ancient Egypt was an economical powerhouse.
Nobody was poor.
Nobody was poor. The place we just talked about there, Libya was an Uganda economic powerhouse when reporters who were lying on these countries went to the country and said, oops, boy, I can't believe this is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I have it on video, eh? So that is to show you that with the mind, the right mind frame, we definitely can advance ourselves. So I'm showing now to the family. Again, most of us, we are laborers, if you want to say, or we are employed. Maybe wherever you're employed. Let's just assume, I'm going to draw a scenario here. Let's assume you work in a supermarket. All right, you work in a supermarket. And I'm just trying to think, you pack in goods on aisle number 5. Okay, good. When you go to work, what's the frame of mind? Now, this is another thing, eh? Sometimes maybe the environment is not the best. These things you have to know, eh? You have to know. I myself personally, I left the last job I did because that just wasn't for me. You gotta know. Sometimes a person may want to branch off. Like just the other day, a brother of mine told me he's gonna leave his job, and he told me what he's going to do, what he has planned. I know he's listening right now, but because before I came here, he's just across the road. I looked into his store and said, he works in the store. I said, I'm going on Mr. Pay. Good. And I told him, okay, that's a good move, what he told me he was going to do. And I said, you sure you're ready to leave this job? Because sometimes the passion may say, yes, okay, I want to do something different, which is good, especially if you're moving on your calling. But sometimes it's wise to consider where you are. You have something secure coming in. Just utilize what you have. Learn how to invest it. Learn how to save a specific amount so that you could invest, because that's what you do with saving, you know. You save, for example, 40% of your income every month, say for 2 years, and then you invest that. That's how you save. You save to invest. You save to invest. Nothing wrong with saving, people, but you save to invest. And there are many pockets of investments that you can make where you are positive, you know, that something is coming back. All right. I showed that to the brother and he considered it and he said, that's a good way of thinking. Yeah, glad you showed me that. But I think I'm ready. He showed me that he believes he's ready. He can jump off the ship without drowning. I said, well, once you know that, no problem. I'm saying that just to say to the people that are listening, I know sometimes you may be in a job that you just feel you want to do something better. You're in the job. You wake up every morning to go to the job. Do the job to the best of your ability. You understand? So if you're working in aisle 5 again, and somebody comes in aisle 5 and they're looking for, you don't even know what they're looking for. They're just looking around. Excuse me, sir, you see what you want?
Can I help you?
Can I help you? Whatever the case is. And of course, you know, sometimes when the person's, when you ask, can I help you? They may be quick to say, no, I'm just looking. You see, all of that, you have to know how to deal with that. All right. So you don't want to seem too pushy, but you don't want to leave them alone. So if you come into the store, can I help you? No, or good day, my name is Cindy. How are you? Can I assist you? No, I'm just looking. Okay, no problem. I'll be right over there if you need me. But listen to me. Okay, for example, I have a yoga store. I know you came in there for something yoga. We just got some. I'm walking away where I tell you this. We just got some new yoga mats from Fiji. I don't know too much about yoga mats, but they're made from the best material. Check them out. Okay, because I know you came into a yoga store, so you have to want something
in there.
yoga.
Yeah.
So even if you're going to tell me you're just looking, fair enough. I don't want to be pushy, but I'm going to highlight something to you. Okay, no problem, but we have so-and-so on a special in aisle number 2. If you want to take a look, I could bring one for you. You have to at least engage. Don't just let them go. That is a mindset. Now, the kind of sleepy mindset is, you need any help? No, I'm good. All right. And then they walk away. You understand? No, I mean, if I was the boss, I would say, come here, Sydney. And I would tell them what I just told you. Well, that's it. If I was the boss, I would be training those who work under me how to approach the customer, how to stay engaged. You understand? That is why even when you have a product again and you need to go and pitch the product, you have to practice your pitch. You see how long I hear talking? Obviously, I practice my talk. I know how to keep people attention. If I need to keep their attention for a minute, 2 hours, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I just have to make up my mind. So when you have a pitch, when you have a product, if you have a product family, practice a 1-minute pitch, practice a 50-second pitch, practice a 30-second pitch. So if you're selling, I have to think of, say you're selling juice, you're selling nuts, roasted peanuts. I have the best roasted peanuts. That you have to say that. You have the best roasted peanuts. What best roasted for my granny? What make them the best? It's sea salt I use in this now. Sea salt, that's why they cost $5 extra. But there are people that would want the sea salt. There are people that are looking for the honey roasted. So you're bringing something new. You diversify. You add to the service. All of that you have to do. So if you have a product, you add service to the product. Okay, for example, I have several products that I offer, Several. You go on my website, I have a homeschool program. You go on my website, we have an ancient astronomy course. We have several books. I have a new documentary that is coming out, What is Ancient Astronomy? I have a lecture coming up on the 24th of March. This is an online lecture, $20 for the lecture. That is Sheba, Aksum, and the Ark. Many people might be listening and saying, but me didn't know about them something day. A lot of this is marketed internationally. Maybe what you hear me market here in Antigua, that's a next market by itself. But I could tell you, Brother Dave Lester Payne, I have at least 11 to 12 different sources of income coming in, even if it is just trickling in. You understand what I'm saying? It is coming, and it took years for me to navigate and innovate. I took my skill, what I know. I'm self-taught. I created an institute. I created courses, top-notch courses. I have webinars. As you see, I'm giving an online course tomorrow, although it's free. But all of that is a part of it. Even though it's free, when they leave, I'm going to still give them an offer. For those of you who came, of course, I could train you one-on-one when you desire. And, of course, out of those who came for free, somebody's going to say, yeah, man, I want to hook a next appointment. I want to link up a next or make a next appointment with you. So, again, it's the mind frame. Remember how we began this program, we went all the way back to Africa. And we started with abundance. And nobody's supposed to be poor. And we lived in this rich environment. And I showed you how the wicked came in and totally tore up the structure. And after slavery and emancipation and Jim Crow and sharecropping and civil rights and the right to vote, we still here begging for bread. And what do you call that stuff they give you? Food stamps. This is where we reach. So now for us to come out of that environment, I am not going to leave my children like that. It takes a serious mindset to do that.
We got to take a break.
Ground control, come in. It's the space station. We have.
Thank you for staying with us. Closing moments here
Yes.
as we continue with the Honorable Priest Isaac.
So let me just say, I know it's so much I'm saying, and this is why we have to take these in pieces. That's why we have classes, workshops, etc. But, let me say, I always like to say, all of us as people, we're all in sales. You know, in different organizations, you have the sales department, and then you have all kind of other department. But the sales is the lifeblood of any company, is what you sell, not how pretty the building is, not how nice it's decorated or what goes, not even the product you create, but how much of the product or the service goes out. Very important. And this is why I was giving the example of working in just an aisle in a supermarket or a hardware store. When the man comes in and say, hey, I was looking for Gorilla Glue and there's no Gorilla Glue, you don't just say sorry. Say, oh, I'm so, well, you can say sorry. And that's another technique, you know. You have to make the customer feel at home. There's a thing they say the customer is always right. They're not always right, but you're not there to challenge the customer. So even when the customer, you have to learn that, that this is business. Don't take no business personal. So even sometimes you come across a rude customer, I mean, they have to really carry you over the edge for you to come out of that diplomatic business type of person. So even if you're selling something, oh, that's too expensive, I understand. You tell them you understand. I understand, because, I mean, and the economy is very hard. But then now you graduate to another level and say, but listen, let me explain this to you. I know $200 may sound so and so, but this is going to give you, and then you explain the services that come with the product. You just mentioned prosperity, for example, and I will bring it up because I hear somebody, this is the right time to bring up this. I hear somebody call on France and Paul program. Hey, man, asking them, why is it that Priest Isaac selling prosperity for $200? Why he don't sell it for $50? I was supposed to bring it up when I was there with them. Pardon me for bringing it up on your program, but I know they're listening, the same person that called. Now, if I was to pitch that, I would say, listen, you got in your hands something that doctors have recommended that will literally reverse a process that you would have begun maybe by the sort of lifestyle you've been living, that would have cost you thousands of dollars to repair. In fact, if you had to pay thousands of dollars to repair that problem, more than likely it wouldn't be repaired properly, because they have to open you, they have to cut you, they have to dig something in you, and I have a product here that is worth much more than its price. And let me be clear here, to be honest, it's only that cost because of the shipping and what we pay for it. There's a small margin we actually get, now that's not nobody's business, But sometimes you have to know how to talk to people and make them understand that what you are offering is actually worth much more than the price. That is one of my mantras. Whatever product I create, I add a service that goes with it. So if I'm selling you this bottle, what's the service? I'm going to call you back tomorrow and say, how's it working? That's a service there. That's service. Oh, Well, it's going all right. So it's a service. Somebody comes, the lady down the road comes and buys maybe a piece of plumbing from you and goes away. You gave her the receipt. You have her number. Yeah, call her. Miss Mabel, how are you? Who is this? I'm calling from the hardware store. The faucet that we gave you yesterday, you got it hooked up properly? Boy, my plumber never coming up, so I tried myself, but I think it'll work. It just a leak a little bit. Miss Mabel, it's not working if it's leaking. It's all right. I'm going to send someone over to look at it. That's service. So you add service to your product. So if you know you created a good product, and that's another thing, you have to make sure you have a good product. Don't be selling nobody snake oil. Anything I put to the people, it's the best. And then now, whatever the value of the product, bring down the price. Now, you have to know what you're doing, I'm not telling you to go and buy something from somebody and then sell it and lose your money. I don't know what you're doing. Me personally, I create books. I create documentaries. I have lectures. I have courses and many other things. And I know the value. And I can afford, I'm going to say that again, I can afford to slash the value in half and then bring it to the marketplace. And I'm coming out like a tiger with confidence. So if I say it's $199 US, boy, I say, hey, hold on. this product here, it's a 3-month course where you have a one-on-one conversation with me once a week. Come on, brother, that alone is past $199. Then I'm going to send you the book that goes with the course, because most of my courses have a book that goes with the course that you can read what's inside of the course. So I make sure that you have a proper package, that the price has become like obsolete. That's my thinking. Create a product, create a service, or create products with services around them, with a high value. Put value in what you do. Have pride in anything you create. So if it's clothes, if you make shoes, big up Top Ranking. If you, whatever you do, put the best into it, and then bring it to the market with a price that is actually lower than the value. Trust me. But you have to know what you can afford to so-called lose, you know. But in my case, I am not losing anything. But I know for sure it's worth much more than what people are paying for it. And that goes for anything that I produce. So I'm just saying all of that to show the person how to come to the market with confidence, knowing that the product that you have is the best product, whatever it may be. I was saying about sales, though. People cannot be afraid to pick up the phone. A lot of people, they have. Remember, when you hear about a salesman, you're thinking about a man coming with a box in his hand and knocking on your door. Good day. No, we don't want none today. That's where you get the term, put your foot in the door. So you put the foot in the door when the woman trying to slam the door. No, miss, this iron here. This iron, when you plug it in, even current come off, it's still working. So you're trying all kind of trick for her to buy the iron. Now, this is not yesteryear. This is a new day and age. As I'm saying, everyone that is into sales, like in the sales department, all of us are into sales. But those specifically in the sales department, they can't be afraid to make calls. That's what you go to work for. Hey, anybody that listening to me that is a manager over any sales department, your people, them supposed to be on the phone 24/7 unless it's lunchtime. They must have vexed with me, but wait, like I already done. I mean, yeah, that's what you come to do. On the phone, making calls, 40 calls a day. If you're a real salesperson and you're not dropping 40 calls a day, you're not serious. You understand? I'm serious. Because a lot of us, we're afraid. You see, when you make 2 calls and 3 calls and you get rejected,
You don't want to call it.
you're deflated. But you need to come out of that. That is why you have to be skillful in negotiating. So I don't have no time for that. I understand. I just want 10 seconds. You have to know to keep them there. What are you telling me? Sir, I have this product to sell you. Don't you want to increase your business? Everybody wants it. Well, I have the exact product explained to you. Listen, send me an email. I did that already, you see? All of that, skills. So you know you're going to call this man. You have his email. Send him the information and then call him. So when he tells you, I don't have the time, send me the email. Done. I did that already, sir. And so, and you get to it and you try to keep them on the phone until you break the ice. No problem, sir. I'm going to give you a call back tomorrow just to make sure that we can continue the conversation. I may not be here. No problem. I will talk to the secretary. You keep it up. Now, it may seem as if you're a bit irritating to some, but you have to keep hitting and hitting and hitting if you want to get results. Now, again, you're going to need a certain level of training to understand how to accept rejection when it comes to you without getting deflated. So you have to practice. Every sales department should role play every morning. Yeah, to keep, I mean, if you're playing basketball, you practice before you go and play the game. That's why when you see the boxers going in the ring, they're swinging and they're keeping, yeah, and they were practicing behind. So when you come into the sales office for 8 o'clock, I believe that the trainer or the head of the sales department should organize at least 10 minutes every morning to have a role play. So Cathy, you come. Joe, you come. You make the call today. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, yes, I'm calling from Observer Radio. We have some special ads that we will be issuing for the month of March. No, we don't advertise. You don't advertise. Okay, I only saw you in the phone book. I haven't heard about your business before, you know. I think you really need to advertise. We have the best services, the best prices, and you try to, that is, and of course, the person you're role playing with is supposed to try their best to push you away, all of that, so you get hard, you get strong, and then when that's done, you change position and say, okay, Cathy, you call him now. And you do that every day, role play, role play, role play, and of course you will all become champions. You'll feel as if you have a whole NBA team inside your sales office because everybody is well trained and ready to go and conquer the world. Hey, you have to think like a conqueror. You have to think like you come to take no prisoners, or else you're gonna get washed away. My Lord.
Our time.
Yes, Lord.
Our time has come and gone.
I'm taking off headphone already, boy, and I don't know.
No, you got to wrap it up.
Oh, that's right. People, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. That's sinking in, eh? You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So if you want to be intelligent and you're the most intelligent person, you're in the wrong class. I'm not telling you to abandon anyone. No, man. I mean, we all live together. But you need to find and go around people that will help to lift you up to where you want to be. It's impossible to be around the same old crew. Don't matter if they're vexed, they're going to say you sell out. That's their business. Yeah, you're going to return to them to assist them to get from off the corner and to come where you are, you know, if they're not following you. So make sure you get around people. You're looking to be wealthy? Take it from me. Go and get inspiration from wealthy people. You want to be a pilot? You're not going to go to the sailor. You're going to go to a pilot. So make sure you go around individuals that can lead you to where you want to go.
That's a wrap in Connecting with Dave Lester Bain. And today we had, of course, the Honorable Priest Isaac. Stay tuned for Evolution Drive Time. Thanks for being part of it. Of course, the Honorable Priest, always thanks for your time, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And enjoy the rest of the week.
Give thanks.
That's